Well, hey there, scrappy friends. Suzanne here in the studio today with another collection obsession, working through my stash, nice and steady. Today I'm going to show you the Mintay Written Memories paper line. This I got from Scrapbook Generation as one of their year-end specials, I think at the end of 2022. My sister got the same thing, the paper pack, the 12x12, and the 6x6 pad as well. Now there it looks to be there are 12 double-sided sheets here, to each of 12 designs, and here there are 24 for each of 12 designs plus 2 of the inside cover. So I think I can just show you the large one and then you'll know that the smaller one is just scaled down. Isn't this pretty? And of course we've got cut aparts. I'm loving the typewriters. Oh, so gorgeous. Beautiful script. 2 of each. Oh, look at this. So pretty. And the fountain pens and the ink. Really gorgeous. Then we've got this distressed background. Oh. This one is pretty. Some lace here. Nice ledger sheet on the back, distressed ledger. Oh, this is gorgeous. That's really pretty. Then just a pink. Even this is just slightly distressed around the edges and with some marks and stuff in it. Oh, look at these. We've seen this pattern before in the green, and now we have it in the blue. Then we've got cut apart cards. Just gorgeous. Oh, look, on the back they're frames. That's cool. Since you've got 2 of them, that's really nice. And then we have the cardboard stickers. Okay, so in addition to that, then I wanted to put together some things that would go with. So I pulled out some cardstock. And here I kind of used all the colors I could find. There's some of the green, 3 different shades of blue. Then we've got some, looks like walnut cream. No, that's twill. And then some basil Swiss dot, some regular, another pink, and then this top one is called Potter's Clay. So that's all really, really pretty. And then going through my stash, what else did I find? I found, these shabby chic bouquet ephemera. And these look like to be the same pinks and greens and browns. Here you can see them. There's 22 of those times 2. So we've got that. I also pulled out some floss in sort of the cream color, a subdued pink, and then I also had some pink and blue. So I think that's going to go nicely together. What else do I have in here? Just some bits and bobs. Here are some doilies and some tags. I have some cute little umbrellas and silver keys. Some eyelet outlet glitter dots. Some Stampin' Up! Ivory buttons. And then some more buttons. I can't remember who makes these. These may also be Stampin' Up! Or maybe October Afternoon. I'm not sure. I found these from Close to My Heart, and then I've got some little pink rhinestones. In fact, I went and just pulled all kinds of little gems. The paper is so busy, I think that if you just sprinkle some gems on it, you're not going to need tons and tons of layers. because I've already done a lot of the layering for you. But I've got lots of pretty little bling in here. So there you have it, this kit for Mintay's Written Memories paper line. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, shall we get to looking at the layouts? This first one I want to give credit to. We were looking for some inspiration, and Kathy Burrows at kathyburrows.com, who I believe used to be a close to my heart consultant, had done a layout that looked like this, although it was using other papers. And the reason that this caught my eye is because I knew we had this shabby chic bouquet ephemera from Little Birdie. And it was 44 pieces, 22 designs, 2 of each. So my sister and I split this pack, and we thought it went really well with the Mintay Written Memories. So here's this first layout. This is the side that Kathy had done, and then we just did this in order to make it a double layout. Let me give you a close-up of this. As you can see, we used a couple of different stamps underneath our wreath to kind of fill in. So that just helps guide your eye so that you don't have to overdo how much you put on your wreath. But it's just very effective for making it look very circular. And then this side, of course, is just a lot simpler. But again, we've got a couple of pieces of the beautiful sparkled glittered ephemera from Little Birdie. And then we've used some ribbon here to connect our 2 pieces of cardstock, or not cardstock, pattern paper. So there is the first. So that was sort of an easy one, got our confidence going. Then we went to look at some of the other papers and decided that we were just going to have to kind of let the paper be the guide. So let's try this one first. Here we had 2 pieces of paper. One of them was this beautiful script on ledger paper, and then we had this beautiful paper here. So we split this in half. And then had this pretty ribbon in the pattern, so we decided to use ribbon here as well as here. And then we have these cut apart cards that we could use as frames, and then we layered those with chipboard and ribbon and buttons and these little gems. And then over here again, in these 2 spots, we let the pattern determine where we were going to put a 3x4. So isn't that pretty? This is one that also works well if you want to do it this way. I like it both ways. Okay, there's that one. Let me give you at least one of these, close-ups of one of these embellishment clusters. Okay. So there we were splitting paper vertically. Here we kind of split it horizontally. Again, you can see some ledger paper at the bottom, a strip of paper in the middle, and these beautiful Mintay papers at the top. Here, since we had this green typewriter, this looks like I got a scrap of paper on there, we made the title block over here. We added in some extra embellishments, this chipboard Forever in My Heart. We tucked a little doily in here as well as over here. And then for journaling, we put down some pearls, and these things remind me of you. Now this chipboard was actually white, which I thought was kind of interesting because everything is sort of cream based. So I used a Copic marker to sort of give that a little bit of subtle color. Okay. The paper here just does so much of the work. A moment to remember. that pretty? Okay, next up, we have this pretty one. Now we've got the blue typewriter. And then we had this blue floral paper with this pink on the back. And we decided, since this was a very vertical with these sort of lines of newspaper print in the background, that we would cut this paper into strips and alternate them. So we got basically 1, 2, 3 of the blue section. Then we've got 1, 2, 3 of the pink section. And then over here we've got a journal card and some cut apart cards that make up this border on this side. So I use some pearls here, a couple of different kinds of pearls as embellishments. And I actually cut the paper and slipped the photo down there just a little bit. If you don't like to do that, it could certainly just sit on top. Again, little pearl embellishments. And then I used a stamp here in order to make this journal card. And then a little bit of chipboard down at the bottom. So we really like that. We've got pens, pens, and pens. So just paying attention to kind of the repetition. Again, I do harp on that a lot. Here's another one. This one's really pretty. Again, it's that gorgeous blue floral. Here we've used some strips of wide washi tape that I had. We used a vertical one here and a horizontal one here. We've got horizontal over here on photo placement and vertical here. And then we've just got 3 embellishment clusters. As you can see here, we tore the paper along the edge. And then we've got several of these chipboard items. And we've got our little bird cage and our little birdie. And on this page, we have another birdhouse down here. Some circular elements. We repeated circular elements. And along here. And there's also some pretty pink crystal hearts and little dashes here. Isn't that pretty? Turned out really nice. And finally, we still had a sheet of these frames left, so we decided to make the most out of that by fussy cutting some typewriters and putting one on each page, and then putting a flower cluster on each page, and then using some of these chipboard items. We also added in some pretty green pearls to kind of draw your eye across the page. Don't you just love these antique looking clusters? So pretty. We've also got, make sure we had blue in every cluster too. And we've got some ivory resin flowers as well. So there's that. I hope you enjoyed seeing these today. I'll be back soon with some more layouts from the Scrap Fest. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. Bye for a bit.